What's up, gym owners? Jeff here with Two Brain Business. I want to bring you some tips on basically how to not suck at sales. Let me first start out by saying you probably don't suck at sales, but the way that you need to look at this is from the standpoint of sales being a skill. Like any other skill, like working on your clean and jerk, like working on your bench press, or even just muscle ups, right? It's a skill. It requires practice. It requires training in order to improve at it. So you're watching some training right now. We provide plenty of other training with Two Brain Business through our incubator and our growth and tinker programs, where you can learn a lot more about sales as well. But let's get right into it. Here's a few ways that you can stop sucking right now. Number one, make sure that you're selling with confidence. First of all, you can believe in what you sell. That goes a long way, but also think about your body language. Do you have upright posture? Or are you hunched over? Are you sitting next to the prospect or across the table from them, right? Are you more animated like I am right now when you talk and getting excited about what it is that you're talking about? Or are you quiet and reserved, right? Try to stand out, exude confidence. Confidence goes a long way in helping you make the sale. Next up, I recommend that you ask a lot of questions. In fact, if you only ask questions, you'd probably be better off with the sales process. First thing you want to look at when you're asking questions is making sure that you're uncovering the true problem, right? Why is the prospect there today? What are they looking for from you? What can you provide for them? We'll get to that in a minute. But ask enough questions. Tell me more about this. Ask them about their fitness journey. Ask them to elaborate on that. What's worked? What hasn't worked? What do they enjoy? What do they hate? Right? Discover, learn a lot about that. And then find out where they're at right now. One of the next things that you can do is use objective data to help prove your point or move them closer to the sale. We use body fat percentages a lot. We prefer to use something like an InBody where it's quick and easy and we can get a printout to show the prospect right then and there where they are on that body fat chart, right? So where do they stand? Are they good or bad? And we get just a good reference point for them, and nobody ever argues with objective data points. So we can start that, and that will add strength to our argument. We're going to keep asking questions, but at this point, we're going to shift in the direction of trying to elicit an emotional response. So next thing we do is we ask those emotional questions. Things like, why is that important to you? What happens when you lose 20 pounds? What happens if you don't lose 20 pounds? How will you feel when ... right? There are a ton of ways to ask these questions, and we recommend that you follow up with some of our other sales tutorials, which we'll be adding to our YouTube channel, but are also available in our mentorship practice. So stay tuned for those. But there are hundreds, if not thousands, of different questions that you can ask to get to the right information. Ask the right questions, get the right answers, make the sale. Questions are really everything. Next thing you can do to avoid sucking at sales is try to pre-objection handle, right? So can we get information out of your prospect early, like do they have a spouse or a partner that might have some sort of a say or add another objection to this process that would prevent this person from purchasing today? If we can get that information out ahead of time, then we can handle it. I prefer to ask questions in the beginning of my intro process, like, if you were to join, would you be joining with anybody else, right? Simple, straightforward, not too invasive, but I'm gonna get the information I need and then I can follow up on that. Okay, great. When are they available to book their intro? We'll get them coming in here. Let's get the whole family, the whole group excited about this, right? So we can ask questions like that. We also might ask a question right before the close along the lines of, is there anything else that would prevent you from getting started today, right? I just want all cards on the table. Let's be transparent with them. If there's anything that could prevent them, a bill, I don't get paid till Friday, blah, blah, blah. Let's get that out now before the dollar signs hit the table so that we have a better chance of winning our objection handling process and moving them closer to saying yes at the end of the sale. Finally, there's two little tips I have to close out your intro process. Number one, always option close if possible, right? If you sell more than one package or more than one option within a package, ask this question because it's the most powerful way you can close and still exude this level of confidence, right? Which of these options fits you best? Simple, straightforward. The nice thing about that is it's an open-ended question, so they can't say yes or no. It's assumed that they're gonna buy by you, and we can roll with that, right? So they have to choose an option or tell you why they can't do one of those options, and we can easily move ahead with the sales process. And finally, this is one of the biggest issues I see with most people I work with sales training is you gotta use your notes, right? So you're probably taking notes, and if not, you should be. During this process, you're learning, you're discovering about this person, you're prescribing your best solution to them that your service offers, right? And you should have been taking notes. What do they want? Why do they want it? What's the problem? How do we solve it, right? And they've probably said a lot of very important things, key things along the way that serve as your ammunition. So objection handling isn't about tricking people. It's not even really about persuading them that hard, right? It really just comes down to, what did they say? Can you use their word against them? If they said, no, there's nothing else that would hold me back from getting started today, we can reference that. Hey, you said there wasn't anything else holding you back, right? So what is it that's holding you back at this point? And then we can bring that out and handle it. Or they said, man, it's really important to me that I lose this weight. I have to make this change now. If nothing changes, I might not see my kid graduate high school. You have to bring that back up. That's obviously a huge key emotional piece that's driving them to make this decision. It's why they came in today. They are interested in learning from you. They are interested in making these changes. Otherwise, they wouldn't have shown up at all. So you have to assume that they're ready to buy. It's really just up to us to drop the ball. We're the ones that can lose the sale at this point, right? Use your notes, go back to that, and use that to help move that prospect closer to yes. See you guys later.